The people are angry at the EU and angry at its leaders. Brussels is in a defensive mood. The union is a hard sell these days. The Brussels spin doctors have their work cut out for them. Coordinating social systems around the bloc doesn't lend itself well to snappy PR.
The thing is, we have 27 member states and 27 different social security systems. The EU has been trying for years to coordinate them better, which sounds like a lot of red tape. But what it basically means for individual citizens is that they have the same guaranteed rights wherever they go in the European community.
Social security coordination.
Brussels wants to make people's lives easier. Despite freedom of travel and a shared currency, that isn't really what most people have come to expect from the EU.
Europe is your playground.
It's getting harder to get a public response, even to specific issues with relevance. People's attitudes are negative.
Negative or just indifferent? What with the Eurozone crisis, the public's main concern these days is that they can hold on to their jobs and their savings. Hans Magnus Enzensberger is one of Germany's leading intellectuals. He thinks the problem is that Brussels simply doesn't listen to its citizens.
That has an incapacitating effect on people. Brussels acts like it knows better than we do what's good for us. It claims the moral high ground, trying to improve us, and thereby turning the Union into a reformatory school.
With a very counterproductive effect. Denmark, for example, wants to reintroduce border controls, with right-wing populists pushing for greater isolation from the EU. EU scepticism is on the rise even in France, one of the Union's founding members. Far-right front leader Marine Le Pen wants to run for president and has pledged to take France out of the Eurozone. For the time being, European leaders are preoccupied with their domestic policies, and their differences are looking very conspicuous, though they play them down for the cameras. Not many of them are still championing the EU vision. German Finance Minister Wolfgang Schäuble is one of the last remaining advocates of the Union's original ideals.
Ultimately, Europe stands and falls with the support of its citizens. That means we have to convince our citizens that Europe is good for them. We have to do that in a language they can understand.
Anthems and flags aren't enough.
We need more dialogue. We need to visit countries and talk to people about topics that are current.
It'll take more than a PR charm offensive. The politicians have to show they can rise to their responsibilities.